everybody, Levi Clay here, and I'm back again, yes, again, to do another Michael Romeo or Symphony X song, riff, lesson, tutorial, theory analysis, breakdown type thing. And I really do hope you guys are enjoying watching these as much as I'm enjoying making them. If you are, let me know in that comment section below. And more importantly, this is the really important one, share it with your friends. Get these videos going far and wide, because the more people that are watching these, the more people we're introducing to Romeo's fantastic playing. And of course, the more people watching, the more videos I'm going to make. Anyway, so today we're going for a bit of a deep cut. This is going all the way back to the album The Divine Wings of Tragedy. And we're not going to pick one of the fan favourites like Of Sins and Shadows or Sea of Lies, though I'm sure both of those will come up in future. Instead, we're going to look to my favourite song on the album, which is The Eyes of Medusa. So this is track 6, a bit later on in the album. And I really like this one because while it doesn't have some of the lead guitar flair that tracks like Of Sins and Shadows and Sea of Lies have, what it does have is a lot of very, very cool rhythmic devices. There's a lot of time signature changes going on in this one. This is progressive metal, progressive rock at its very best. You really need to get your head around how to count these odd time signature changes, because there are a lot of them happening. There's some 11/8, some combinations of 5/8 and 6/8, some shifts between 6/8 and 4/4. I think there's a bar of 5/4 in there, and we're talking just about the intro. So what we're going to do, as usual, is break away to a little bit of a theory analysis. I'm going to explain some of these concepts to you and help you to improve your ability to comprehend and count these time signatures. I can assure you it will make playing these riffs a lot easier. So let's cut away to that now, and then I will play these riffs for you. So I'd say there were some pretty cool riffs going on there. I can take no credit for them, obviously. I didn't write them, I just played them in that video example. If you would like to scroll back and check out the animated tab at the bottom of the screen, that is a great way of helping you get your head around these riffs. And of course you can use YouTube's slowdown feature to really check those out and get some detail. But what I want to do now is break down some of the concepts, some of the things that are happening in order to really effectively count your way through a piece of music this rhythmically complicated. So the first thing to address is the fact that the main riff is in 11/8. Now that's an odd time signature. It's definitely not something that comes up in common music. In essence, 11/8 is a time signature that features 11/8 notes. Now, there are many ways that you could think about this, many ways that you could count to 11. For example, you could have a group of 5 and a group of 6. You could have 5 groups of 2 and then a group of 1. There are lots and lots of ways that you can break 11 up into smaller sections. But in this particular riff, the way that this is kind of being played, and you can kind of tell this from the drums, is as a shortened form of 12/8. Now, 12/8 is a compound time signature, meaning that the groupings of notes are played in threes rather than a standard bar of 4/4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and groupings of 2. A compound time signature features groupings of 3, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. And that would be the count for a bar of 12/8. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. That's 12/8 notes. In this particular instance, we have that compound time signature feel, 1 and a 2 and a, so on, but the last beat only contains 2 of those 3/8 notes. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and. Now on its own, that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but what I want to do now is cut in that riff again, and I'm going to vocalize. I'm going to count over the top of that so you can hear my counting for that. And it should become clear how to count and therefore feel this particular riff. Check it out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now this pattern is really accented by the drums. It really brings out this particular counting method. It sounds like a bar of 12/8 for the first 3 beats, and then that final 2/8 note section is accented with 2 snare drum hits. When that riff is played 4 times, it then shifts into another riff. Now you could think of this as being 11/8 again, but when you really count it, when you really break down how the drums are playing and what the guitar is doing, what we really have is a group of 5 and then a group of 6. Now, of course, 5 plus 6 equals 11. I could write this as a bar of 11/8, but because the feel is so different from the 11/8 that we've counted a second ago, what I'm going to do is break this down as a group of 5 and a group of 6. There are many ways that this could be counted, but what I find works best is to break it up into groups of 3 and 2. So my bar of 5 I will count as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then my bar of 6 I will count as 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. So bar of 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then a bar of 6, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Let me cut in that particular riff and I will count over the top of that for you so you can really process what's happening. In order to learn this, what I would recommend is breaking it down into each individual bar so you understand and can count each one and then stitch them together. Sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now the eagle-eared among you will probably have noticed that that final bar isn't actually a bar of 6/8. This could be counted in many ways and could be written in many ways too. You could think of it as being a bar of 5/4. In essence, I don't think it really matters all that much. It's about making sure that you have enough rest time before the keyboard comes in to play the following riff. Now when that keyboard pattern does come in, this is very, very clearly 6/8, and this is the most interesting rhythmic device that happens in the piece. It's very difficult to avoid that 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. In fact, let me cut that in and I'll count over the top again so you can hear that. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. This is where the proverbial shit hits the fan. This is where things can become quite confusing because we've just been introduced to a rhythmic motif, da 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 da. And it fits so perfectly in that groove of 6/8 because each one of those motifs lasts for 3/8 notes. After that riff on the piano and guitar has been played in 6/8 though, the drums very clearly shift into a 4/4 groove. And in fact, if you listen to the keyboard part, the motif changes ever so slightly, becoming a 4/4 groove. The guitar part, however, does not change at all. We still have that da 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 played against this groove of 4/4. Now there's nothing alien about this, it's more about how long this fights the beat before it resolves after 4 bars. So what you want to do is get used to clicking and hearing that pulse and this riff or this rhythm against it. It's a very, very simplified form of some of the complex stuff you're going to hear in Meshuggah's music, of course, a band that I will be covering in future videos. So if I click my fingers and count this as 6/8, what you have is this. Da 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 da. The rhythmic motif repeats every click, but in 4/4 that's not quite what happens. We have our pulse and the riff over the top is da 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 da. Now this isn't too difficult to do vocally. It's very easy to imitate, but really and truly understanding this and being able to count this and understand that what's happening is we have a motif that fits perfectly in a bar of 6/8, but we're playing that against a 4/4 groove is where the rhythmic interest comes in this piece. Let me cut in the original and I will vocalize over the top. Sounds like this. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I'm going to do is cut in the performance footage again with the animated tab, and what I would recommend you do is to listen to this and read along with the notation enough so that you can confidently count along. When you're playing progressive music like this, it's very, very important that you're not getting lost by rhythmic tricks such as these. So that's going to sound something like this. And there we have it, the Eyes of Medusa. Hopefully you really enjoyed that one. I'm up for doing this entire track. I really, really do enjoy this track. And I kind of rushed this one, get it all together. I just came back from my vacation today and I was listening to this track on the way home and I thought to myself, that would be a fun one to do. So I got home and I kind of challenged myself to put together the backing track and record the guitar parts as quickly as possible in just, one session. And I had so much fun that I'm kind of tempted to finish it and do the entire song. So if that's something you are interested in, let me know in that comment section below. Lastly, I would like to extend a huge debt of gratitude to these people over here. These are some of my supporters over on patreon.com. They help to keep these videos happening. So you can be like those awesome people and check me out on Patreon if you want me to keep doing videos like this. Of course, it's not necessary, but you can get your name in the credits, and that's always cool. And, all the other cool things that come with supporting me on Patreon. If you would like to check us out on Patreon, you can do so by clicking this button up here. You can subscribe by clicking this button down here, and up here there are 2 more videos. One of them is mine and one of them is Michael Romeo's new single. This one is called Gin. It was just released today, I believe. Go check it out. It's from his upcoming solo album, War of the Worlds Part 1. I'm sure you're going to dig it because, well, let's be honest, it's just more Michael Romeo and you can never have enough Michael Romeo. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you for another video soon. Bye.